Good morning.
Hey, good
Welcome, welcome.
morning.
Good morning, everyone.
All right, good morning. So put in the chats, where are you guys listening from? Is number one. How many of you guys were at Formula One?
So many people.
So many
Literally
people.
everyone from my high school was there. Like 5 vendors. Like so many
Yeah,
people were
we're
there.
at the Grand Prix. How many of you guys were watching the air show in Fort Lauderdale? Man, we just got way too much stuff going on around.
I get the air show every day in my other property here in Kansas City.
Kentucky Derby was also on.
Oh yes, Churchill Downs. Love that.
Yeah,
I love to see the outfits, just like the Met Gala last night.
Met Gala.
Crazy fits.
I'm still in a good mood, even though our Florida Panthers lost last night. It's all right.
What the
Wait, what?
Panther?
No.
They lost 5-4 last night.
No.
The New York Knicks came back and won on a ridiculous game. So I am not only here to teach you education on real estate, I'm going to give you the 411 on sports, South Florida topics, all the above, you know. And of course, what I didn't even talk about, how many guys celebrated Cinco de Mayo?
I know. I'm hoping that they're here today. I'm just kidding. I can see you guys. You guys are here. You guys came in on time. I love that.
Some of you guys are still hurt from Cinco de Mayo. I get it. I get it.
One tequila, two tequila, three tequila, floor.
Exactly.
Or
I'm just telling you, like, Harry, you better still stick to real estate investing.
no, I just
He's
Oh,
no comedy show for you yet.
My comedy is not appropriate in most ways.
yeah, no. No.
That's
We
true.
won't do the other one. No, I see that.
Oh, look at that. We got some people from Tampa. I got, Bijal, what's
Look at
up?
that.
From New York, one of my favorite attorneys,
Yes, I wonder if
family,
she saw
friends,
that last night.
all the above.
Good morning.
Jorge, what's up, buddy? West Palm Beach, look at that.
Alright, guys, we'll keep you waiting then. My gosh, let's do this thing.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, sorry, I almost blasted your eardrums a second there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Cinco de Mayo was just like one day off with a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. They just weren't in sync, but it's okay because every day in South Florida, we're super blessed to, celebrate all of our Hispanic cultures. And I just don't even know if Cinco de Mayo is, I don't even know if it's a true Mexican holiday. I don't think it is because I was in
It's not.
Mexico one time for Cinco de Mayo and there was nothing happening. So I will confirm that based off experience. So hope you guys are hanging in there, got your waters, your coffees ready for our webinar today. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. This is BPM RIA, Broward, Palm Beach, Miami-Dade Real Estate Investors Association, your only local and approved chapter here in South Florida that is with the National Real Estate Investors Association. My name is Alexa, COO here at BPM RIA. We have some awesome guys here in the virtual building. We have our CEO, Anish Dave. We have our local real estate investor mentor, Harry Diamond. They are going to give you some awesome tips and some really, really good stuff today for our class that is hidden deals, how to find off-market properties before anyone else. And you already know we're going to show you just how to do that. So to get us started on an awesome note today, somebody in here will be winning a free seat to our 2-day quick start, which is a $695 value. So I know that you guys came on time because you saw in the meeting description that we were doing this raffle. So thank you guys for showing up. And here's how you're going to enter. You're going to text the word quick start, all one word, no spaces, to our event line. It is 954-800-6961. And I will announce the winner at the very end. You will be it will be selected randomly. I literally go into Google, press pick a number, and it picks a number, and then I go up from the bottom up and I pick you guys out. That's how I do it every time, you guys. So good luck. You all have a chance to win today. So text the word to that number. I put the details in the chat for you guys, and you will be opted in to the raffle. You'll get a little message back saying, you entered the raffle and good luck. So I'll announce the winner at the very end of today's class. So be sure to stay on until the end and you will hear yourself being called. So upcoming events, we have so many upcoming events, you guys. I want to highlight tomorrow night is our monthly meeting on Zoom. So please, please, please get registered, get locked in. We're going to have Megan Orser. She is so good, you guys. Anish and I absolutely fell in love with her teachings, her strategy, her productivity, her systems. Like, she's just really great also in coaching and breaking things down so that you guys will be able to digest it and really implement this in your own businesses. Not necessarily property management. It could be, a lot of us here in South Florida have multiple properties that we run. So this is going to be super beneficial for a lot of you, but there is going to be a lot of things to take away from Megan tomorrow night. And of course, we'll be raffling a free membership. So just for coming, you will be gifted. And I'm sure Megan will have a lot of really good nuggets for you guys. So come on out, register for the webinar. It's from 7 p.m. to 8:30 tomorrow. We'll have live Q&A, live chat. So get locked in and we will see you guys on Zoom tomorrow night. On Thursday, Anish is going to do another fireside chat with one of his friends, or I would say colleague.
Friend. That's cool. We're friends, Josh and I.
Friends truly, but he works with all these people too on a daily basis. So it's really cool to hear the ins and outs of his personal relationships. Like I thought I was the only one who had access to that, but it's okay. I'm just kidding. You guys, these chats have been really, really beneficial, very insightful. So please come out for Inside the Mind of a Strategic Investor with Josh Ziegelbaum and Anish. That'll be on Thursday. So the day after tomorrow from 11 to 12:30, we'll also have fun raffles for you guys. We want to make it fun. I know you guys are busy. I know it's graduation season. I know we're doing a lot of things. So we want to make it worth your while. We know we have great stuff that we're giving, but we just want to add a couple little cherries on top for you guys and make it even sweeter for you all that who show up, which we really appreciate you guys for showing up. So next week, more awesome webinars. I mean, Anish is really popping off with his marketing these days, the deal analysis workshop. Know if a property is a good investment in 5 minutes. I'm really excited for that one because a lot of you guys are always getting stuck on that portion. So really, really cool stuff there. And of course, we have Next Mill Mastermind coming out with a webinar next couple of weeks. The most reliable way to grow a 7-figure business without burning yourself out. You guys, if you're even having any problems with marketing, showing up online, anything of that nature, please be sure to come out to that webinar. Again, free webinar, you guys. All you have to do is register. And some of you did miss the workshop last week with Next Mill Mastermind, or you guys were asking if the workshop was going to be recorded. I think that's what it was. So for any of you guys that missed it or were looking for a recording, go to that webinar. You will love it. And also live Q&A, live chat. You definitely want to be there for the live event. So my favorite way to keep up with events, it's super easy. All you need to do is text the word BPM REIA, all one word, no spaces, to our event line, 954-800-6961. You will get opted into those text message updates. Super easy, convenient. You get the registration link to your phone, little reminder. We love it. So go ahead and enter into the text updates by looking in the chat. I just put that in the chat for you guys so we can keep on rolling here because we have a lot of good stuff to talk about. All right, quick start training. It's coming up. I can feel it. I can taste it. The quick start training, guys, this is a limited time offer. We only give this training 3 to 4 times per year. So you definitely want to get in when you see it on our calendar. We will release the dates for the next one in the next couple of days. So keep your eyes out for that. If for any reason you're going to be out of the country, out of town, whatever, because we will need your attention locked in for 2 full days, May 17th and 18th, Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's all we're asking, just 8 hours of your day on your weekend because it's going to change your life. And when I say that, I'm not kidding. We're going to talk about wholesaling, flipping, and rehabbing. We're going to have 4 guest speakers. They're all business owners, all local in this community. They are all key people of our power team. They help get every deal done in the RIA for our students, and they are huge, huge impact to what we do here at BPM RIA. So if you want to spend 2 full days with Anish, you want to learn what we're doing in our coaching program that's working and getting deals for our students, getting them big profits, you want to meet our power team, then you will definitely want to attend the boot camp training. And we'll be sure, and I linked that in the chat for you guys, and we'll be sure to talk more about it in the webinar today. So you guys, members, as you guys know, you get all the goodies. You get the National RIA Benefit Package. You get in free for our 4 quarterly networking meetings that we have per year. Your guests come in at a discount. And of course, you get any special pricings for workshops that we do charge with our national speakers. So you definitely want to get your membership if you don't have it already. You want to be a part of this community. We are the only local chapter here in South Florida. So you definitely want to be a member, get access to the member portal, member directory, check out the vendors, the benefits, Avis, Budget, Home Depot, Cama Plan, Millennial Insurance, the list goes on, you guys. There's shipping stuff, there's Office Depot business stuff. So make sure that you get your memberships and get access to the benefits so you can get in there and start saving and getting in touch with your local members. So mentoring and coaching, last but very not least, one-on-one coaching and mentoring available at BPM RIA. Some of you may know that we offer it, some of you may not, and that is okay because I want to get in touch with you. I want you to go ahead and book this discovery call on our website. Go to bpmria.com, book that discovery call. I want to get in touch with you and share what we have to offer here at BPM RIA. We have a one-on-one coaching program where we put up 100% of the money for our students' deals and we split the profit 50-50. You get your own personal coach, you get the software, you get the CRM, you get support, you get everything you need to get started and do deals immediately, you guys. So looking forward to chatting with each and every one of you during this discovery call. I'll be happy to schedule that 1 hour free consultation with you and a mentor so you can really get into the nitty-gritty questions, anything at all. We're here for you. We want to hear your questions. We want to be there to support you guys in your real estate investing goals. That is our purpose as an organization. So I have this opportunity here on the screen. If you're interested in the third-party funding, you can go ahead and scan this QR code, or you can send me an email if you prefer that I email that over to you. My email is in the chat right now. This third-party funding is available to fund your education or invest in yourself, whatever you need. Minimum 620 credit score is required, a $35,000 verifiable income. It will be a soft credit pull, but you will get the response within the same day as long as you do this during business hours. So be sure to take advantage of that if you are interested in leveraging that third-party funding. And I always want to take a moment to thank you guys for showing up, but also thank the National RIA for all that they provide. They have so many resources, you guys. I'm going to throw the link in the chat right now. Please check them out. Check out the education portions. Check out their resources, the vendors, and definitely get your memberships all ready to go. I always want to take a moment to thank our vendor partners as well that we have on the website. I'll go ahead and pop the link in the chat right now. Check out our vendor partners. They're on our website. They're there because they are real estate investor friendly, you guys. Like, they want to help you. Get in touch with them. Ask them for referrals. Ask them for anything. Like, they're phenomenal. So they're there to support you guys as well, and answer your questions and just be a resource to you. So don't hesitate to reach out to our vendors. They're absolutely phenomenal. And guys, just a few housekeeping rules. I'll be throwing more helpful links in the chat today. But our speakers, they're like ready to go. This is their thing. Like, so they're gonna be asking you guys things, maybe chat with them in the chat. make sure, that they know that you're there. But also put those questions in the Q&A. We don't want to miss any of your questions. There's a Q&A box in your Zoom menu. So pop those questions in there so we don't miss them, because most likely the guys will be chatting with you all in the chat box. So, and check out the chat box for my links as well. So that's it from me.
Thank you, Alexa. So my name is Anish Dave. I do see a lot of new names actually today. So thank you for coming. For all those familiar names, it's great to see you guys virtually. I've seen some of you guys at our in-person events. So my name is Anish Dave, CEO of BPM RIA. I've been a licensed real estate agent since 2004. I'm also a licensed mortgage guy. I flip houses, I wholesale houses, rehab houses, creative financing. One of the things that's really important is I spent a lot of money on coaching and mentoring and masterminds myself. Some little bit of background. I grew up in New Jersey, and growing up in New Jersey, I wanted to be a banker. I thought that was the right move until I actually read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So, how many of you guys have actually read Rich Dad Poor Dad? Put in the chat, guys. I want to make sure you guys are alive. Give me a yeah, buddy, so that I know that you are alive. So, what I realized was that working corporate America in banking, I was on the path of being poor dad. And my dad, some of you guys have met at the events, he was poor dad, I should say, meaning a financial analyst. And, my goal was really, okay, I'm going to work for a company 20, 30 years. I'm going to have a 401k, and they're going to take care of me. How many of you guys know that's not how the real world works, right? Companies no longer, or these big companies no longer take care of you. And I really didn't want that life of where they told me what to do. I got my 2 or 3 weeks vacation, and that's all I got to do, right? So for me, I said, I got to figure this out. After reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, I left my corporate job, started my own mortgage company. I started crushing it. So some of you guys are old time investors, and I say old time, I'm talking from 2001 to 2008. You're going to be amazed what an amazing real estate investor I was from 2001 to 2008. I'm kind of joking because a lot of people are real estate investing that were making a lot of money. If what you guys all know what happened in 2008 to 10, the big recession, and I literally went from millions of dollars to losing everything. Before I started losing everything, I had some money saved. I did a national program. So how many of you guys have actually done a national coaching program? My mentors were in Utah, spent well over $50,000 in 2008, which inflation numbers today is $75,000. Great information. The challenge was my mentors were in Utah. For $75,000, I got one phone call I was allowed every 2 weeks and 2 emails a week, which is not enough. So the good part was they said, go to your local RIA. That's how I found BRIA, which was the old real estate club that we changed our names to BPM RIA. And I took my last bit of money and invested in their coaching program. So I was one of the top students. I got to buy the companies from my mentors, and voila, we now are where we are today at BPM RIA. So you've already known Alexa, who is our COO, really the heartbeat of our company. Anything you really want to get done, she is the go-to person. She keeps me in line, and she makes sure everything runs smoothly. And she's also easy on the eyes, better than me, right? And also on board is Harry Diamond, one of our lead mentors, the other half of Valor Ventures, which is Harry and Victoria. Harry, if you want to give a little introduction of who you are.
Welcome to this meeting here. I started a long time ago in corporate America. Spent 15 years there controlling the East Coast of the US and into Mexico. Thought I was living the American dream by leaving that all behind, moving to Vermont and becoming a farm marketer, growing apples and pick your own berries and bakery. As a matter of fact, Rachel Ray brought the Food Network to us, and I was guest chef for NBC News for 4 years. Did that for 15 years, loving life. life changes. He moved down to Florida and also then followed a very similar pattern to many in this industry where we got involved in a nationwide program. Also spent about $50,000. The common thread of all of them is they're not local. And they all say go to your local investment associations, RIAs, or real estate investment associations. And we did that. About 8 months into that program, they went bankrupt. So we learned a little bit about a little bit about a lot of things, and but never able to do a deal. Thankfully, when my wife and I joined Bria, we were in a safe place. We went to all the RIAs in the area and all the other investment groups in the areas, and for us, we felt that Bria was the only one that that wanted to give us information and really truly help us succeed because we didn't know anything about the real estate industry. Um, when Anish became our mentor, we got into the short sale or pre-foreclosure market and zoomed right to the top. Because of his wonderful guidance, helping us grow in this industry that we knew nothing about, we decided to give back and mentor other mentees to also follow a similar path and gain that financial independence, go on the trips. Which would probably be the next slide he's going to show you.
Yeah.
Don't tell him, but I know it's happening.
Yeah.
Where we love to travel around the world, and that's another common thread among this group. So welcome aboard and come join us on the beaches and the cruises of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, my story after losing everything, I filed bankruptcy February 10th, 2010. I thought it was a death sentence until I started really learning wholesaling, rehabbing. And my wife and I, we've been traveling all over the world, and we always talk about, are you living your best life? I'm always cracking up. Alexa knows my wife very well. So does Harry and Victoria. She's already planned a trip. Actually, next month we're going to Cabo for a wedding. So of course I'm gonna try to do it my cheap way, and of course she
I'll
always
see you
wins
at the Four
anyway.
Seasons. No, just
Yeah, exactly, right. And so some of the other things also is, living this life is the life I want. And what I mean by that was that now I have time with my family. My dad is obviously very important to me. My mom passed away 6 years ago, and now I make sure I have enough time to do fun things with him. As Harry said, we love traveling, all the mentors. The common thread is traveling. The other common thread that we have between all of us is that we all did national programs, 5 national programs, and combined we did 0 deals. So if you could imagine, and now we all do this full time and live a wonderful life on that. Let me spit that out there. And some of the other things that I've also been up to, I work with the Miami Dolphins Business Combine as their wholesale rehab expert. I'm working with the professional athletic community, and I think some of these NFL guys might be on our webinar today. Again, I am their expert on wholesale and rehabbing. One of the things I'm very proud about is our BPM student community. We've done barbecues, we've done happy hours, we've all been on National RIA cruises. What I'm going to tell you guys, you're going to want to be on the National RIA cruise. It's a lot of fun. The great thing is the next cruise is February 1st to February 8th. It's right out of Miami. It's 7 days of cruising. The sea days are all education. There's about 1 to 200 real estate investors bringing their families from all around the country. And you're going to realize why we are in such a great market down here in South Florida. Some of the other things also, Grant Cardone, as I said, I was never a big Grant Cardone guy until I met him. Super cool guy, and surprisingly, when he's off the air, he's very humble, and his passion is kids, meaning to teach them about real estate education, has literally millions of dollars set up for kids and teaching them real estate too. Some of the other things that I've been privileged, I was the first guest on Money Chat. I was the expert on housing investing here in Florida, and it was a privilege to be the expert on that end of it too. So what I'm gonna do, right, is before we started, I want to make sure you guys are alive. How many of you guys want 2025 to be your biggest year ever? Give me a yeah, buddy. Remember, we're already halfway through. Give me a yeah, buddy. Because if you don't, then why are you guys here, guys, right? Thanks, Jorge, Bijol. Yep. Okay, cool. And how many guys realize there's some things that you definitely need to sharpen up and learn? And if you don't, it's going to cost you money. Give me a yeah, buddy. And that's you, Carl Shuley. Carl Shuley, our contractor, is on board here too, which I love. I got a special surprise for you, Carl, at our next webinar. And lastly, how many ultimately understand nothing's free and you're going to have to invest in yourself at some point? Give me a yeah, buddy. Right? Nothing's free. You got to invest in yourself, right? As I said, spent tons of money on that. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play a quick video of what we've been up to because I do see a lot of new people, and then we'll get started.
This is one of the best programs I've been a part of. The support is outstanding.
I encourage you to join this association. Your life will be changed.
Anish and everybody that was part of the BPM RIA they were just wonderful. They are very knowledgeable. They were helpful. They were patient, kind, very good teachers, very organized. Everything was just it was a great quick start seminar.
Never mind. Wait for me to go.
BPM RIA, Anish and the team, they are amazing. I have been a corporate member of the BPM RIA, formerly known as BRIA, for probably almost 15 years. And being part of an organization like that is just amazing when you get to see the people's lives that they're changing.
Hey, what's up? This is Avery Moss, former New York Giant, former Miami Dolphin. Recently, I got to finish up this PAC event where it was a group of professional retired athletes that got together and we're trying to figure out the next chapter of our life. Just hearing them talk, going through everything, like instantly, I was inspired by the guy. It was like a light bulb clicked above my head like a cartoon. And thanks to Anish Dave, I can say furthermore, I'm going to go through this process and get into real estate, stop messing around and actually do it because I feel confident now of knowing what exactly what I want to do after meeting him and getting a base knowledge and seeing how things are.
Position. Grab the seat of the chair. The seat.
There you go.
Put your knee on the corner if you want to. All right. You go straight to the floor, not at an angle, straight up and down. You're gonna see the straight to the floor. Touch it once.
You're gonna
twice.
destroy that shit, dude.
Touch it a third time. Explode!
And I have to say they're an exceptional bunch of people to work with. How to use a technique, creative financing, how to get rid of liens. Don't hesitate to join, work with them. They will definitely help you get through the roughest times.
They put up all the money for the deals. They're there with you, make sure all the paperwork is right. You know, they don't They're not going to leave you alone on this. And yeah, I recommend this.
BPM RIA program, it's definitely changed our lives. They funded our deals.
Hey, can't go wrong with other people's money.
Exactly. You know, they funded our deals. They got us into real estate. They held our hand the whole way through, and just really, the most amazing thing is we literally have these guys to. It's nothing for us to pick up the phone and call Anish and be like, "Hey, look, we got this deal. What do we do?"
They're not going to let your deal fall through.
Well, yeah, we already saw once there. So, and by the way, the people that are laughing at me hitting my face, I could feel it. So when I do see you, no, I'm just messing
No,
around.
I just can't wait for them to show them our new video. Like, you guys just keep waiting because it's gonna be fire.
It is going to be fire. And by the way, I did it again, and I did not hit my face. Just so you know, there is a
Improvement.
there is
One
proof in the
direction.
concept, right?
Second
So
time.
right, so the question is like, why do most new investors fail? Is the question I always have, right? Is it lack of funding and capital? Right? I know when I first started, I didn't have any money. So for the people that say you don't need any money, no credit, I'm gonna say yes and no. You're still gonna need something for deposits if that's what you're doing. Again, if you've been watching our creative financing, yes, there are ways, I should say, where you could do it with limited amount of money. How about fear of mistakes, right? A lot of you guys are saying, man, I don't want to make any mistakes, right? No step-by-step guidance is the other one I get, right? Or information overload, too many strategies, no clear direction. Which one are you guys, right? Is it the lack of funding? If you had to pick one, which one is the one that really stops you? Harry, what was your first, what out of the four when you first started?
In the beginning, I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. Didn't know how to spell real estate. So
yeah, I think for me really was the information overload. Yep, Ellie, I'm like you. Just the information. I'm like, should I do this? Should I do that? I'm gonna wholesale. I'm gonna rehab. I'm gonna buy a multifamily the next day. I'm gonna add an addition. It was too much in there, right? So that's what we've seen in general. So what we always talk about, the opportunity in real estate is right now. So how many of you guys think it's a good time to be in real estate investing? I know what's happening in the economy out there, depending what your 401k looks like. It's up and down. So I call that noise, right? So don't get caught up on what's happening nationally or even globally. People always ask me, is the market good? And I would say yes, because we're actually doing deals at BPM RIA, right? As we're starting to see is the market shifts equal new opportunities, right? So when we talk about that portion, I'm going to show you RIA facts. I'm going to show you all these opportunities as the market shifts, right? How many of you guys agree off-market deals equals bigger profits? Right? Let me hear, yeah, buddy. Off-market deals equal bigger profits. Okay, yeah, Bijal. Creative financing. How many guys understand that if you actually do creative financing, it's no money out of pocket? Or when I say no money, literally very little money, maybe some closing costs out there. So, and again, how many guys understand that real estate leads to generational wealth and financial freedom? So how many guys are looking for generational wealth? Give me a yeah, buddy. I always laugh, and I know some of you guys have been on webinars or you guys have actually been at the events. If you're not looking for generational wealth, I get it. You don't like your family as much. You can leave it to me. I have no problem on that, right? So I'm always joking around on that, right? So finding off-market deals, MLS versus off-market. Why are off-market deals are the key, right? The strategies we're using are driving for dollars. So Harry, what's driving for dollars in a nutshell?
While you're driving around, just doing your normal life, look for properties that may need help, distressed properties. I mostly focus on distressed properties. Maybe even properties that are, let's say, for rent. You may have a tired landlord there. So there's a lot of opportunities as well. For sale by owners, occasionally you see, but I like distressed property. That's my number one focus.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, the idea with driving dollars, why we like it is sometimes these are the hidden gems, right? Like it's not listed on the MLS. How do you know if there's, yeah, what are some of the things that you, when you're driving for dollars that you see that would make you stop, Harry, or get the information?
Certainly bad roof, deteriorated building structure, grass that's as thick as a jungle, a lot of trash, a lot of debris, broken up concrete, everything, something that doesn't look livable. As a matter of fact, one of our mentees, Julio, he did 3 deals, found 4 deals off market. 3 of his deals netted over $375,000. Got to give him credit. He was amazing. And he only found that just by driving for dollars, going to work, going to the gym. He's someone amazing. I got to give him credit.
Yeah, and actually, I know you're saying he netted, those were wholesale deals, guys. So it's not rehabbing the house. And so the other one that we like when you're driving for dollars, what about that big sticker?
Yes, the stopped work orders or violations or something, unsafe structure.
Yeah.
Those are ones that I consider distressed as well, but I love those.
Yeah, what I would tell you guys, right? Next time I don't care if you're driving to the supermarket, wherever you're going, start looking around and you will see those bright stickers from the city, right? The city right now, all cities, everyone complains that there's not enough money. So they are going out there really hitting homeowners, investors, all the above for unpermitted work. And you'll see like a massive orange sticker. So make sure you stop by. That should be motivation. The other way we've been also getting deals is direct mail. So what I'm going to tell you about the direct mail end of it, right? It can be costly. The return is about 2%. And when I say return, I'm talking about the response rate. So if you send out 100 letters, postcards, all the above, there's a 2% response rate, right? And what I mean by that, they're actually going to call you up. They might say, Harry, don't ever send me anything ever again. Or Harry, what does this, home evaluation mean? Or whatever your marketing is. So direct mail, it has to be consistent. What I'm going to tell you is you at least want to do 6 mailings. That's the minimum, right? So don't do 1 mailing for 1,000 and then do nothing else. Also, I'm not a big believer in sending the same mailings over and over. I know I've seen some other educators, they said, hey, send the same postcard 6 times. No, you want different messaging. The other important thing that we talk about is tracking it. So what I mean by that is on the direct mail, it can't be everything, right? So you want to be able to go after certain motivation. I am not going to send a mailing that's exactly the same to a probate person versus pre-foreclosure. We're tired of being a landlord, right? They're all going to have different messages. So it's really important that the message makes sense. Even more important is your KPIs, right? Your key performance indicator. Did this mailing work? Did the family, the picture of my family work? Was it I don't know, free home evaluation? You want to make sure you're tracking that, right? So we are using different CRMs. The one that we love using and we pay for our students is REI Black Book. We also create landing pages, right? In case they want to call. Some of the other things that we're up to that's coming soon for us is we're using AI agents to start really filtering all this and take it to the next level. Cold calling, right? So cold calling, and when I say cold calling, you got to be careful, right? So right now, I call them, what do those people call that are professional people that just want to sue? I don't know what they're called, Harry. Do you know what they're called?
Like
The one thing I'm thinking of.
the repo people taking cars and stuff.
No, they're professional litigators. You got it.
Thank you, people.
Yep.
Thank
Litigious. I should ask Vigil, my favorite attorney, on that end, right? So again, you got to be careful. You can't just cold call. There's a way to do it. Same thing with text messages, guys. There are people out there, that's all they're looking for. So make sure they respond to you first. On the driving for dollars, it's totally different because we're also door knocking and we're not selling them anything, right? And then the last way is the online lead generation. So what do I mean by that? Those are pay-per-click ads. So what I'm going to tell you, I see some people are from out of state that are listening in South Florida. The pay-per-click is going to be expensive. So we were spending, gosh, it's been a couple of years. I was spending about $4,000 to $5,000 a month. The leads I got, it wound up costing me, it's some pretty crazy numbers, almost $400 per lead. So you could do the math on that, right? It's not very economic if you're picking big cities. There's some big players in our market that I personally know are spending $20,000 to $40,000 a month. So you're competing with somebody else and you could run through a lot of money very quickly, right? The other way you can do it is with SEO. That's just a longer plan and it's organic. Also, what's really important, you got to do a lot of content. So it's not going to be a quick fix if you need money right now, right? So people always ask us why MLS leads don't work in 2025. What are some of the problems that we see, right? Are competitive agents, right? It's competitive. Agents send the same deals to 100 buyers. So how many guys are real estate agents? Put in the chat. I want to know how many guys are real estate agents right now. And the reason I'm saying that is when I do list some properties, man, I probably get a gazillion offers, right? So everyone's fighting over the same properties. So that's one of the challenges out there. And I'm going to show you with REIFax how we're finding these off-market properties. So again, you're competing and there's some, big people, right? When I say big people, deep pocket money here in Florida. What I could also tell you is there's a lot of people making offers on properties that have no idea what they're doing. They're overpaying and they're going to lose money on it too. So I do see a lot of you guys are realtors. Just out of curiosity, my realtor friends, how is it being a real estate agent in 2025? Right? Really easy, right? You just drive around people, you sign a contract and you get a big commission. And I'm being sarcastic. It is not easy today, right? The other challenge that we've seen with the listed properties is sellers want top dollar. They still think it's 2022. So in South Florida, or I'm going to say mostly around the country, especially in our market, man, how many offers? Remember those rehabs we were doing? Harry, like we were getting what, 5, 10, 15, 20 offers all day. Cash, overbidding. So a lot of people, when I say a lot of people, a lot of sellers are still stuck on 2022. They think it's X amount, and guess what? It's nowhere close to that. So again, it's that mentality. And I know some of the agents, you want to get the listing. It's just not realistic. I've taken listings and, I'll say, hey, listen, we're never going to get that price. It doesn't make any sense. The other challenge also, right? Some of you guys are realtors too, is how to do creative deals. So out of my agents, how many of you guys are familiar or feel comfortable if I did an offer on 1-year listings and it was a creative deal? When I say creative, seller financing, sub 2, lease options. Because what I can tell you right now, especially in South Florida or Florida in general, we have a ton of agents. I forgot how many. I want to say at one point we had in Florida over, don't hold me to this. I want to say it was at least 200 or 300 or maybe even 400,000 agents. At one point, I think it was 800,000. I think South Florida had like over 200,000. So the challenge is a lot of these agents are new. and they don't understand anything besides traditional real estate. And what I mean by that is creative financing. Most agents in Florida, they do less than one deal. So how are you going to be proficient if you only do less than one deal, right? So why do we like off-market properties? Because it's flexible, right? And lots of profit. So we get to negotiate terms, not just price. So we've done subject to. Again, if you guys have been watching our webinars, I did a creative financing. If you came up to Palm Beach or in Boca, I did something in person on how we're doing subject to deals, lease options. We're doing seller financing. This is easier when you're dealing directly with the homeowner. To try to get an agent on board when they don't understand it, it's going to be a challenge to get those deals, right? The other thing that homeowners love, what? No commissions. So imagine going direct and saying, listen, you don't have to pay your agents. And I know with the new NAR, commissions are negotiable. And at the same time, the idea of no commissions makes it better for everybody. Right. And then the other way is you could structure deals, whether you want to do novation, seller carryback. The other thing that you can also do is deals as is condition. We'll show you some deals that we've done with liens and violations since we're using cash. A lot of agents may have some challenges on that portion of understanding how to do liens and violations. So it does make a big difference too. So cold versus warm leads, right? Cold leads, the challenge is you don't know, no prior contact, right? So if the first time I talked to Harry, he doesn't know me at all, right? And I'm saying, hey, I'm going to buy your house. What I can tell you, generally speaking, you have to have more than 5 touches. When I say 5 touches, that's either phone call, in person, email, text, for a person to say yes. Many new investors, what I've seen is after one time, it doesn't work, or 2 times. Based on REI Black Book, they have over 4,000 real estate investors. What they told me based on their data is that one touch, if you touch them one time, there's a 2% chance they'll say yes, they'll sell you the house. If it's the second touch, it goes to 3%. The third touch, it almost goes to 4%. The fourth touch, it goes to 10%, and then 5 or more, it's 82%, right? So a lot of investors, hey, it didn't work. I only did 1 mailing. I only called once. I only knocked on a few doors, right? So what you have to realize, it's more times that you talk to them. These are their homes, and again, you're building up trust. So that's why it requires volume, right? Like a lot of people are just going to, canvas and do 20,000 mailers. 30,000, right? The cold reads, the approach, you want to be a problem solver. So that's some of the things, or I'm not sure if it's a fit, but that's what we get all the time. The warm leads, right? If engaged through past marketing, you get a lot of referrals or follow-ups. So Harry, I know you've gotten referrals through, do you want to talk about some of your referral sources that you've gotten deals in the past?
Actually, some of the referrals were pretty interesting. I actually do have some attorney referrals. I've had referrals from code officers to properties in different cities.
Can you expand on the attorney referrals? What does that really mean?
Well, I developed a relationship with a number of attorneys, but over time, one in particular.
No, what kind of attorneys?
These would be pre-foreclosure attorneys, bankruptcy attorneys, probate attorneys, and pretty much those are the 3 major ones. Some of them have multiple talents, but those are the attorneys mostly that I approach. And once they understand what I do, that I can truly help their client, usually it's when the attorney has gone through all of their possibilities of helping their client legally, that in the pre-foreclosure in particular, that we can step in and have the attorney help their client further by offering our services to them as well. So we've gotten quite a few leads that way.
Yeah, and also like what I want to like I've seen other educators say, oh, send mailings to probate attorneys, postcards. What I'm going to tell you, we speak to a ton of attorneys. It's just going to be a waste of money, right? So they're not gonna, they get approached all the time. And like I'm gonna say it nicely, sometimes attorneys don't think very highly of real estate investors, especially if they don't know you. So you want to build that trust. So one of the things we do with the pre-foreclosure attorneys, we have a lot of people, homeowners that we deal with, and they'll ask us questions. So the first thing, right, we do is we do not, and this is really important, do not give legal advice if you're not an attorney. Same thing with accounting advice. Do not. You're going to lose a lot of credibility is number one. And you may get in trouble is probably what I'm going to say. So what we did was, we worked with a couple of foreclosure attorneys and we said, hey, listen, Joe, we have a lot of homeowners. They keep asking us about the pre-foreclosure process. We gave them the pre-foreclosure process and they want to know some options. And they said, they're asking me for legal advice. Would you be open for a 15-minute free consultation? Right. And again, the idea is to build their business. Right. And so that's how I started. And sometimes the attorneys say, hey, listen, Nish, you're not going to be the best choice. And I said, yeah, no problem. More often than not, I am. And again, if they hire them, right, the homeowner hires them, the attorney is working, the client is the homeowner. So they have to do what's best for them. So it is really important when it comes to it. A lot of times, like what Harry's talking about too, when they can no longer do any more foreclosure defense, now we're talking about doing a short sale. So it's a great way to do it. Some of the other things we do when you join our coaching program, I'm paying for probates. We have great probate attorneys on our team that will really help out the homeowners. A lot of the heirs don't have money for probate, so we've done it numerous times. So the other thing that you might have heard Harry talk about, code enforcement. Yes. So I know once you start working in your city, Harry's specialized, well, a few cities, but Margate and Pompano, they all know him on a first name basis. And again, for code enforcement, the key is like, that's a problem for them. It's on their books like, man, house, 123 Main Street, pain in the butt. So they're glad that ethical people like us are fixing houses with permits and taking care of problems, right? So the other cool thing with warm leads, right? It's easier to close. They're open to more creative terms. Again, they might not need all the money. And our approach is we're the consultant, right? So that's something really important. And, a lot of times you might say, hey, based on what we talked about last time, I think we can help. So I think that's just a very important way to really look at deals versus cold versus warm leads. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to open ReaFax. How many of you guys know what ReaFax is, the software? Put in the chat. How many of you guys know what ReaFax is? So what I'm going to tell you, if you don't know what that is, you're going to want to know what it is. This, without a doubt, will be one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, besides joining our coaching program. And what I mean by that is this is how we find off-market deals. With our discount, it's $224 a month. It skip traces. If you check out our YouTube channels, we've had Francisco many times on webinars. He is actually going to be one of the speakers at the 2-day quick start when you join. So let's look at what off-market deals, right? So I'm going to pick Miami-Dade. So Harry, I'm going to let you help me on this. And also in the chat, I'm going to let you guys also help out too, is again, we're looking for motivation. So what are some of the motivation things that you could think of?
No.
For someone to sell their house? Go ahead and put in the chat. In the meantime, 4 Ds,
Four
yeah.
Ds.
I know what you're talking about. Divorce, death. Yeah,
Distress.
Yvette. Okay, that's right. Let's talk about Yvette, owner's deceased. Okay, so deceased, probate. Let's talk about probate. Harry, quick definition of probates, just so that we may have some new people on.
Probate's just a simple legal process that transfers the property to their heirs, to the decedent's heirs.
Okay, so how many probates are there in Miami-Dade County? Again, I'm just going to pick Miami-Dade for now. Okay, so you guys see this, 7,820.
So just to let you know, this was generated in less than 2 seconds. So you don't need to be buying lists. You can create your own lists very, very quickly, and they're much more current than you would be if you were buying a list from someone else.
Okay, out of those
Just sell it to your advisor.
7,820, how many of those are for sale? And so what we define on sale is that they are listed with a real estate agent, right? So remember, 7,820. You're calling, some of you guys
How
are
many do you
agents.
think?
Yep, how many put in the chat? Some of you guys have been following us for a while. That means you, Jorge. I love you, Jorge. Don't put your number in there, because I know you've been you're an avid investor. And same thing with our students, you guys know. Right? So 7,820. Let's see. Out of those for sale, 291. That's it. 7,820. 291. Well, what about the other 7,500 opportunities?
They're ours.
They're ours, right? So what I can tell you, we've been doing this, obviously we're in the software all the time. We've been doing this for some time, and I can tell you all the numbers are going up since December, all the way through. So now there's 7,000, okay, out of 291 opportunities. What other motivation, Harry? What else you got? What else do you think is motivation?
In staying with probate or
I'll let you pick, or put in the chat.
Well,
What else you guys want?
let's look at pre-foreclosures. How many people are not paying their mortgage?
Define pre-foreclosure. Again, I know we have newbies.
Pre-foreclosure is a process, or foreclosure process starts minimum 3 months after the homeowner stops paying their mortgage. Some banks are a little longer, but 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. So these are all people who are not financially able to pay their mortgage. Look at that, 15,700.
Yep, 15,000. So what I could tell you when we did this in December, early January, it was about 12,000.
12, yeah.
All right, so what's that? Almost a
30%.
almost a 30% increase. Remember, we talked about market shifts. Market shifts equal opportunities.
25%.
So how many of you guys, how many out of those 15,731, how many of those are for sale?
Pop it in the chat real fast. What do you think?
And guys, just if you guys got questions, make sure they go in the Q&A, guys. The chat moves too quick for us. So put them in the Q&A, please. Okay, so out of the 15,000 and change, 924.
0.5%.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, 924. Sorry, yeah, 150.
Yeah, about 0.5%. What about the other 14,000 something opportunities?
Again, all for us. These are all off-market properties that are not everyone can see. If you picture a pie with a slice missing, that slice is all the properties that are available on market, and the rest of the pie is all the people in the world who want to buy that slice. We, in this off-market business, we reverse that. So that slice of pie is now all the investors who have access to off-market properties, and the rest of the pie is all the off-market properties, the 14,000 properties in Miami-Dade County that's available. So we have a lot more opportunities with less competition.
Yep. Absolutely. Right. So let's just keep going on this. Out of those that are for sale, let's take out the for sale. All right, pre-foreclosures. Let's see how many have equity. What's equity mean, Harry? What's equity? The quick version.
Equity is what can you get out of the house after you pay all your expenses and all the bills, the mortgages, etc. So let's look at 30%.
30%. Okay, right. So equity is the difference of what the market value is minus what's owed. So out of those pre-foreclosures, again, we picked, remember the key number was 15,000 and change. I'm just going to use 15,000. How many of those have equity? And when I say equity, I put 30%. Oh, wrong place. Sorry. That's market value. 30 debt to equity, 30% or more. Right. So have 30% equity or more out of the 15,000. 11,900.
All of them. Almost all of them.
Yeah. So that's over 70% have equity. Why is that important, Harry? Tell me why do we love pre-foreclosure with equity?
Well, we don't have to deal with short sale process, quicker sale. If they want to get out, we can close within 30 days versus potentially a 6-month process.
Yeah, what are some of the quick benefits for the homeowner?
Well, they get money that they can move on with. They don't have a record.
They may get money, not always, but yeah.
Well, if there's equity, yeah, they should get something.
Yep. We're going to pay their closing costs. We're going to pay their late fees. They're on their credit. It's going to show paid off. There's no deficiency judgment. Ton of benefits. We go over these benefits when you're in our coaching program. And what Harry said, what I think is really important, we can close in 30 days. It's literally a regular deal. Some of the marketing we use, especially if they're walking away with money, is that we're paying all their closing costs, late fees, attorney fees.
While we're still in this process, can you go up to the equity 80% or more? Just curious in the numbers, see if we can blow some people's minds here.
Yeah, we have no idea what. Again, we're doing this on the spot, so we have no idea what these numbers.
Holy cow. Almost 6,000 properties that are almost 80% equity. That's unbelievable.
Wait, and let's see how many of those are for sale. Let's see, out of 6,000, only 288.
5,700 properties
in Dade County
foreclosure process in Miami-Dade County, all with 80% potential 80% equity. My mind is blown, actually. Every time I see this on REFX, and this is instantaneous information. I can't express that so much. It's like you know, in years past, we used to take hours getting this information.
Hours and days, all
various sources, and if it was even available.
Yep. So how many guys are starting to get a little excited about real estate in South Florida?
I'm getting reinvigorated.
Give me a yeah, buddy. And if you're not, okay, we'll see, right? What other motivations would you guys see? Let's say I'm going to go back to 30.
Go back to 30 and let's.
What do you want? You want to do out of state?
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's start there.
Okay, let me see. Or non-owner occupant. Let's do state exact, but not contains.
Florida. Not contains Florida.
No. Okay, wait. What was the number before? Do you remember? The 30 was like 11,000.
11,900.
Okay, so let's see how many people are out of state. 393. Right? So the list gets smaller. Totally got it. And it's more what? Motivation.
So your marketing is more effective.
Yeah.
Because you're targeting a specific out-of-state owner. that maybe just said, hey, tariffs are killing me. I'm not allowed to cross the border anymore, whatever the reason, and they want to get out.
Let's say the 30% more equity, and you say, I don't know, I don't want all types of property. Let's just pick single family. How about that, right? Single family. $6,789. So more than half are single family. Right? Out of those, again, let's just go back to how many are for sale out of the 6,789. Only 314.
6,400 properties available.
Yep. Again,
That's
this is
just
with
one
equity.
county. So
Yeah, just
in this area, obviously we have 3 counties in this area, or anywhere else in the state. And this REAFAX does this in 7 different states. So this opportunity, the system is incredible.
yeah. So let's talk about what happens if I'm picking Dade County again. 30% or more equity in pre-foreclosure with violations. How many of you guys think that would be motivation? Put in the chat. They got violations on their house. They're behind on their mortgage, right? And they're single family. Let's do all first, and then we'll break it down. 734 properties. Right? Let's see. 700. So Miami-Dade pre-foreclosure, 30% or more equity. Let's take out pre-foreclosure. Let's do violations. Let's see how many of those are, right? Let's just assume.
Hold on to your socks.
14,447. 30%, right? 30% equity violation set to equity. Again, let's go back to single family, right? Oh yeah, I only like single families. Let's pick that again. 12,183 have violations.
Oh.
How many guys are starting to see that there's opportunity where we live? Give me a yeah, buddy.
Too many people are complaining they can't find deals. They don't know where they are. I hear it from realtors. I hear it from other investors. It's incredible that there's something at our fingertips that can generate this information. I mean, we've been doing this, what, less than 10 minutes? And you
Yeah.
already have
Yeah, get
14,000
what are a couple more before? What are a couple more motivation things that you'd want to see, Harry? I'll let you pick. Anything else that?
Well, it's I'm drawing a blank here right now.
Take out the single family. Go ahead and put in the chat. What else do you guys want to see? Right? I mean, we could stack it too, right? We could list stack it. And what I mean by that, they're in pre-foreclosure and probate. How about that, right? And let's take out the violations. That's going to be really small. Couple things, right? 495 people. The more parameters, and list stacking is putting more problems in. The list becomes smaller, right? So yeah, you could actually put, I know Carlos is saying buyer. All right, let's take out probate. Let's take out this, Miami-Dade.
Yeah, that's the other advantage of this system. You can search violations by what violation they are. So we can put in fire, we can put in roof, we can put in pool, and it will just pull up whatever you're asking.
I'll put water. Oh, no, that's a user error. Let's see, where does he? That's funny, I haven't. Property adjust, legal, alleged violation, area contains water. Again, there's a ton of so water damage, 901 properties. So it gives you a good idea. Again, This is the kind of stuff that we use out there to find deals.
Make Carlos happy. Throw in fire in there and see if what number it is, how many houses were burnt in the area.
Fire door. 519. Again, this is only one county. If I really wanted to, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm
You
going
can
to
also
do
stack counties. You can stack
Broward
states.
and Palm Beach. All right. $633 between the three counties. And let's just do real quick pre-foreclosures between the three counties. 35,047. And how many of those are for sale? Out of the 35,000, only 2,100. Actually, let me do how many are not for sale. Right? These are all opportunities for us. So when you do our 2-day quick start, we dive deep into this.
Here this just found you 33,000
opportunities.
Off-market potential opportunities. How could you say there's no properties available?
Yeah, it is literally insane what's out there.
And we're very unique in this area than any other place in the country. Remember Colorado, some people from the National REIA in Colorado, they said, you guys are so lucky being down here. They had like 20 pre-foreclosures in their entire state that year. And here I just ran another list and I was surprised at how many in my search parameters alone that I was looking for that popped up in the last 3 weeks. The numbers are insane. And they're just going straight up. There's no curve. They're just climbing like a rocket.
Yep. So I just wanted to give you guys a taste of what's out there. So how do we analyze deals quickly? We use our 75% rule. When you do our 2-day quick start, imagine spending 2 days with me. We dive deep into each way we find off-market deals, the benefits, creative financing, all the above. So we use the ARV, after repair value. Our formula is ARV times 75% minus the repair cost, and that's what your offer should be. So on this case, it's 400,000 is the after repair value times 75% minus the 50,000 repairs. Our max allowable offer is around 250. Have we done more? Absolutely. Again, it's just a quick way to get an offer out there. Again, you guys got to make offers out there. You got to talk to sellers all the way through. So one of the things that we always talk about, you got to lock up the deal. You have to build rapport with the sellers. They have to trust you guys. There are a ton of investors that are, I'm not going to say cold, right? You do business with the people you like. You got to make the right offer and negotiate, right? And there's different ways to negotiate in the FAR as is contract, whether it's inspection days, the amount you put on deposits. We teach you all that during the 2-day quick start. And again, you want to use the correct verbiage, because if you wholesale or if you do things correctly, you'll never lose money, right? So the other thing is you want to be able to fund the deal, right? You do subject to deals. We've been doing them all day long, especially to right now to take advantage of those low interest rates that people had. We've done seller financing, right? So some of you guys say, hey, my credit is shot, or I don't show enough money on my tax return to get traditional financing. We do lease options. I know one of our students, Brian Mann's on here. He loves lease options. He's been doing them for about 30 years. And then again, we do cash. Yeah, we use our own cash, hard money, or private funding. When you're in our program, you don't have to worry about the money because I do that for you, right? And again, you want to make sure for smooth closing, we have title companies and they do the due diligence. They are all investor friendly. You want to make sure you're using FAR as is contracts. And when you're in our BPM program, you already have a team, right? If you're not in our program, come to the REIA. We literally have everything you need, from attorneys, title companies, insurance people, hard money, all the above. And so what we always tell everyone, It's not a deal until what? It closes and get paid, guys. So you want to sell to cash buyers, fix and flip or buy and hold strategies. We have a 10,000 plus cash buyers list. Our buyers list has been built, gosh, when Bill and Jan Leon, who I bought the companies from. So we've, I guess, probably been building for well over 20 years. They move quick, guys. And so let me tell you about some of our success stories out there, right? So this deal, right? You heard about Julio that Harry was talking about, his 3 off-market deals. And on this deal, Harry, oh,
Looks
Harry's
like he
actually
got on a. He's doing a deal right now.
he's doing a deal right now. That's it's probably a homeowner. So on this deal, driving for dollars, Julio was driving. Again, another move-in ready house. Obviously not. This was a hoarder. The hoarder lived in this property for 5+ years. Had violations on the house. Harry, how much were the violations?
$386,000.
And we negotiated down to $3 plus hard costs, which was about $1,600 and change. So really almost $1,700 all total. So $383,000 to $1,700. Here's the kicker: we actually had our buyer pay for the $1,700 because we weren't making too much money. Of course we were. We made $138,000. The student Julio made 50% with zero money of his own. This house in Pembroke Pines, Harry, quick version.
Another Julio property. You couldn't see this from the road, about 20 feet away. It was so overgrown. The city cut everything back. The mother died a year earlier. The son died and was found in the front yard of the house. Julio found the brother who did not know his brother had passed. And believe it or not, this had equity. We were able to make him a deal. And he was very happy he was able to get something out of this. We just cleaned it out and resold it as is for a nice, tidy 6-figure profit as well. Julio
Again,
got another 55 grand.
Yep. Again, we didn't fix the house, guys. We're using Refax. These were deals. Actually, he was just driving for dollars.
These are just driving for dollar deals. Yeah.
And the key really is that him being new in real estate, if he didn't have mentors like Harry or myself, there's no way he could have done the deal. I could tell you when I first started, I walked houses like that and I passed on them. What a knucklehead I feel like, not knowing all the opportunities I passed on, right? So this house, this is one of Harry and Victoria's deal. This was
these are our mansions. We don't need the big fancy ones. This is our mansion.
Yep, this was a reverse mortgage short sale. The heirs were going to walk away. When I say walk away, they're just going to let the bank take it. Harry, again, knows how to build rapport with the sellers and said, hey, you could actually walk away with some money. And at the time, this was our record, $179,000 net profit. Again, these are the numbers I'm showing you. We actually bought the house for $171,000. So imagine net profit of $179,000. And again, not fixing the house. Another deal, unsafe structure, move-in ready, right? Black mold.
Big red sticker.
Big red sticker on the house that you noticed. And Harry's favorite 4-letter word is, don't say it.
My favorite color, mold.
Yeah, mold, right? Yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. Yes, mold. That's our favorite 4-letter word. Unsafe structure. The key with unsafe structure, when I first started, I thought that meant tear down. It does not. What does unsafe structure mean, Harry?
Actually, it's as simple as if it doesn't have any water running in the house. If there's no water supplied to the house, it becomes an unsafe structure. And then, of course, obviously, this one had a lot more structural issues, which added to that situation.
So another wholesale profit. What Harry is not telling you, or you guys have heard me say it if you've been on webinars, they did 7 deals that netted over $1 million in net profit. So just think about that for a second. And, now I know it's like some of you guys are thinking, man, this all sounds great, but can I really do it? That's exactly what one of our students thought until they did this.
Hi, everybody. My name is Antonio Lopez. My company name is Antlop Investment Properties. And before I met Anish Dave and joined the BPM RIA mentoring, I had just a basic idea of what I needed to do in real estate investing. After I joined, aside from learning pretty much everything that was required to learn about real estate investing and to become successful, one of the biggest benefits that I received was the amazing network of people that were part of the club. Everything that you can think of, everything that you need in order to be successful in real estate investing, you can find it here at the BPM RIA. So thank you so much, BPM and Anish, for everything. I really appreciate it. I owe you guys a ton. And for you guys watching this, I highly encourage you to check out BPM RIA. It's the first place you need to, where you want to start your real estate investing journey. So.
Yeah, so Antonio, the cool part is, if you're following me on social media, we just closed a deal, and it's kind of actually going to tie into this deal that Harry and Victoria did. Harry, I'm going to let you talk about this deal real quick, and then I'm going to talk about Antonio's deal that just closed.
This one was cool, founded on RIAFax. It was in pre-foreclosure, had equity. The guy passed away. His brother, estranged for 30 years, did not know it. We paid for probate. He walked away with some money. We made him a deal contract with him, paid the bank off, and we cleaned it out just to make it look better. It had a lot of good features. I bought this in my Roth, so that was a tax-free growth. I put $1,000 earnest money deposit down and returned, I don't know what percentage that is, but it's 140.
So basically the $1,000 when you got to wholesale, I funded the deal. When it's in your Roth, it's tax-free. So when you're a student of ours, we really show you how to make money and pay the least amount of taxes, right? So the deal Antonio just closed on, he actually used his dad's Roth with $500, funded the deal. It was $106,000 net profit. His dad's IRA from $500 netted over $50,000. We did the math on that. It was almost a 2,400% return on money, guys. So again, tax-free, right? So it's even more. So some of the things on this deal, actually, got Harry, it's a you want to talk about the two duplexes?
This is, I don't hold properties, but this is the one I was going to have my Roth be the proverbial landlord. 2 buildings, two duplexes. And someone made me an insane offer. I held it for 13 days and walked away with $265,000 tax-free. I figured I'd be dead or 30 years or about 150 years old before I would be able to make that kind of net profit. So
yeah, so if you're keeping track, guys, 2 deals with Harry and Victoria did on the same $1,000, $400,000 tax-free. And so some of you guys are saying, hey, all these guys, all they ever do is wholesale. The answer is no. We know how to rehab houses too. We stage them, right? We have same colors, same flooring, right? So this deal, $67,000, only $67,000. The rehab only took 30 days, guys. Good bones on the house. It took 118 days because we did an FHA loan as an end buyer where you have to wait 90 days. Again, the student put up no money in the deal. For our elite students, we'll rehab the house with you, and you'll still go 50-50 on my dime, right? You'll work with Carl, our contractor. So let's shift gears for a second, because while I know the numbers are impressive, what we really do here at BPM RIA is change lives. So this next story gets me every single time. I love this guy.
My name is Kevin Tyree. My company name is, I work with BPM RIA. Before joining BPM RIA, my previous career, I worked at the Port of Miami for 23 years, and I also was a buy and hold investor. After joining BPM RIA, I've learned how to wholesale, short sales, work with probate properties, and things of that nature. Join BPM. Thanks, Anish.
Yeah, so Kevin.
My name is Kevin Tyree.
So Kevin is a realtor, a buy and hold guy, and a dad, and a great husband. So like basically what he wanted to do was to build generational wealth. So instead of buying properties on the MLS, we're showing him how to find off-market properties. Here's another rehab we did, super easy rehab for our elite students. Again, I'm going to put up the money. You're going to work with our contractor, Carl Shealy. He's going to make sure you don't lose any money because it's my money when it comes to it. And he is a student, so he understands ROI. Again, cleaned it out, rehabbed it. We did this from beginning to end, $167,000 profit. Latanya made $80,000 and change without using any of our own money. How many of you guys are excited about real estate now? Give me a yeah, buddy. How many of you guys understand that you can make money on my dime, right? So that's always so important. I do see a couple of quick questions. I know, Alyssa, you're asking on REFAX, do you also pay for mailings to a list that's included with the monthly service cost? So the software with our discount is $224 a month with the full version, has skip tracing, and again, you're gonna have to still pay for your own mailings. The key is you're not gonna have to buy any lists. So I think that's pretty important. So this deal, right? Same thing. This is our student Violet. This was a bird dog because she hired some bird dogs that found her another deal. Again, the bird dog called Violet and said, hey, these people are emptying the house. You got to come real quick. She got it under contract. So imagine North Miami Beach, guys. This is a 3-2. She got it under contract for $188,000. We sold it. She owned it for 1 hour. The net profit was $170,000, guys. $170,000.
That's the beauty of being down here in South Florida, too. The numbers are insane.
Yep. So this is another student deal, driving for dollars. This was a 2-bedroom, 1.5. We looked at rehabbing the house and we said, you know what, let's just close on it. I'm going to go ahead and list it because it's our money, my money, I should say. And I knew there was enough room for all of us in it. So this was a pretty good deal. $122,000 net profit. That's 50% for the student. So again, these are deals in our market. This is another house in Miami. They thought this would be a tear down. And we said, yeah, it looks pretty bad. It's not a tear down. We did clean it up, if you can imagine. As you can see on the inside, it's things that I'm not going to get into. It does, there's species of humans.
Stuff you want to get on the bottom of your shoes.
Yes, exactly. This was another wholesale profit, $235,000. This was a 55 and over, black mold. Again, closed on it. This is one of our students, Sandra. We're thinking about rehabbing it. We got a massive buyers list. We got it done. So the profit was $61,000 on this deal. Again, the students making 50% on these deals. So one of our attendees, Nicole, actually did our boot camp, our quick start, and this is what she had to say.
Hi, my name's Nicole Bergatti. I'm with Bergatti Properties, and I'm currently a full-time employee of CBRE. I'm events and meeting coordinator. And prior to starting the 2-day quick start course, I've always wanted to do real estate. I've always been interested in flipping homes and all that good stuff. And I knew Anish, and I knew that this is what he did. And he's so smart and he knows real estate so well. And so I went ahead and just took the course, and I am so glad I did, because a couple months later, we ended up closing a deal that was worth $42,000. And that's great money. And now I have a few more deals in the pipeline, and I'm super excited about my investing future. And that wouldn't have been possible without Anish and his team. And I 100% recommend that you take this course, get started, and do it.
Yeah, and so Nicole has a full-time job. and she's still doing it, right? So people always ask us, what is our advantage, right? We fund 100% of the deals, right? So that's important. You can no longer say, I have no credit, got no problem. Again, I'm going to buy it in one of our company names. We do 50-50, right? So you make money on your first deal. How many of you guys understand that the money is in now, right? No more analysis paralysis, and you have direct access to your mentors, right? So we give you unlimited support when you need it. So we do have our two programs, our core program and elite. What I'm going to tell you is book a discovery call. You're going to have a ton of questions on our programs. And we are only taking 5 students per month now. So we give you unlimited access. And again, I put up all the money for the deals. Again, Alexa talked about our 2-day quick start. That's coming up May 17th and 18th. And we talked about all the cool things that we're going to go over. I'm going to have some special bonuses for you guys. Marshall Silver's Turning Point. Hopefully you'll get to break the board, not hit your face like I did. You get to eat fire. He's one of my mentors and really changed my mindset. You get 2 tickets that are worth about $6,000. We do transactional funding for your deals. This is only for Quick Start members. What I mean by that, you have to sign up for the bonus. You find a deal, get it under contract. I'm going to put up the money. If you need buyers, we have a cash buyers list of 10,000 plus. That's a $40,000 value. And of course, we'll make sure it gets all the way to closing. Literally $80,000 or $81,000 in bonuses, right? So we always talk about want a JV with us. You have to join the Quick Start. It's only for attendees, man. If you're a student, you know I got you covered. We always say, are you ready to find deals and get funded? And again, we provide transactional funding for attendees. And so how many of you guys love a guarantee? Everyone always says, what can you guarantee? So when you do the 2-day quick start and you say, listen, guys, you know what? I'm not really sure. I'm not, it's a lot of money. And of course, it's not a lot of money to an extent. What's the guarantee? So after the first day, if I don't deliver on information, no questions asked, I will return whatever you paid for the quick start. So for you guys, for the quick start, I know, I'm not sure how many seats we have left. I know it's less than 10. I know a couple of people signed up this morning. So as soon as it's full, that's it, guys. You'll have to wait for the next quick start. Our member pricing is $495. Our non-member pricing is $695. So I know you guys have a lot of questions. What I could just tell you is whatever I tell you on these answers, it's not going to be enough information. You're going to want to spend 2 days with me. So Alexa, I know someone is lucky where they're not going to have to pay for the quick start. Who is that person?
So sorry. So getting somebody in the training right now. Drum roll. Our raffle winner for the free seat is Rick A. Woo woo. Congratulations, Rick.
Congratulations, Rick. Make sure you get to our office. So you actually got paid to hang out. For the rest of you guys, take out your phone. You're going to want to join our 2-day quick start. Again, if you got a lot of information today, and that was less than 90 minutes, imagine 2 full days of real properties, how we're analyzing deals out there too. So I think it's a pretty amazing portion of what we're doing. The other thing is, remember, the quick start is via Zoom. So you could be anywhere out there too. So again, I want to thank you guys. Make sure you give us a 5-star Google review. We have our main meeting tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Make sure you join. Thursday, I'm going to do that fireside chat with Josh, who was pretty amazing to watch his growth also. And then we have, I think, even more workshops the week after, I believe.
We have so many events, you guys. Please register. They're all free. We want to see you. Yes, Rick, you won. You won. Congratulations. I'll be in touch with you. And Alyssa, I'm sending you an email right now. I saw your question in the Q&A. I got you, girl. And everyone else, please go get on the YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Since you're still on here, I'm going to beg you to give us a 5-star Google review. You already know it. Thank you guys so much for joining today. We'll see you tomorrow at the monthly meeting. Please don't miss it. It's going to be so good. We want to show up for Megan. This woman is in high demand, you guys. They're shipping her out across the country, Vegas, back and forth. Like, she is like all over the place. So I know she's going to have a lot to share tomorrow night. So go subscribe on YouTube. 5-star Google review. Thank you so much, Elsha. Thank you. We appreciate that. And we'll see you guys here, same place, different time, 7 p.m. tomorrow night on Zoom. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys so much. And again, bpmquickstart.com.
Yes.
Or you could also book a discovery call. We'll get you that information. Seats are limited. So once it's closed, it is closed because I keep the group small on purpose. Thank you, Harry, Diamond. Thank you, Alexa. And for the rest of you guys, enjoy your day. And thanks for spending time with us.
Before you go, I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Zig Ziglar. If you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time.
0 times 0 equals 0.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye, guys.